Hello and welcome back to Capital Country Busways, where today we are at the Stevenage Garage in Hertfordshire, about 20 miles north of central London, where we have a bit of a split fleet. At Stevenage we have, let me go back there, come on, yeah, we have a few of these kite electroliners, and the majority of the fleet is made of these Luton E10s. Additionally, there are also some street airs, and then some more E10s. So, the plan for today is to make the Stevenage fleet a little bit more homogeneous by moving as many of these kites as possible over to Luton. Luton is going to be electrification in progress, but the busway is going to be fully electrified. It's basically going to be major town services in Luton Dunstable and then the busway that gets electrified. And that's sort of going to be it. So, let's go to the shift scheduler for this garage. Oh, it's really late. Okay. But yes, these kites are going to be replaced locally with some Luton U12s. So I'm just going to have a look how many I have. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10. Okay. So I'm going to get 12 Luton U12s. The street airs are going to remain here for now. I don't really know what to do with those. They're one of those types of buses that just doesn't really have much you can do with it. I'm going to head down to Watford though. Luton U12s. We're going to pull straight from these, so we're going to have UL13, but it's going to be a different batch. So, let's get Luton U12. It's not there. It is there. Everything except premium seats. The UL, which is the YUL type group. I don't have enough money. Of course I don't. And I'm all loaned out. Oof. I wasn't expecting that. But basically, the plan is not at all to do with anything around here. The plan is to replace the kites on the on the Stevenage routes where they're used, which is the 56, 57 and 150. Although the 150 is currently, I believe it's currently Luton U10s, Luton E10s. So I'm going to make sure that I have enough for the 150 to also be kites. For those of you who did not see the first episode of this, the 56 and 50, or 55 and 56 even, are Lister Hospital to Poplars. This is the 55 and this is the 56. And the 150 is Broadwater to Lister Hospital via the outside of Stevenage. So we're going to put U12s on on all three of those, and move all the kites across to Luton Dunstable, where they are going to run the route 161 or 61 between Luton Town Centre and Dunstable Town Centre, probably terminating here. Via the main road, but not the busway. So, yeah, I was not expecting to have to stall. Aha. I have done some loan messing literally just then. So, let's get some U12s. There they are. 683 for 10. Import repaint from Capital Country. The UL type SG for Stevenage. There's really nothing new here. It's just a UL type bus, and it says, although you can barely see it, it says Stevenage there. Trust me, it does. There's 10. We can't afford the next 2, but these are here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to plate these all up first, and get the 150 assigned to them. And then we will move over, because like this is 1 for 1 of all the street lights. So yeah, these are going to be, ooh, no, these are going to say Capital Country, and then it's going to say SG. Fleet number is going to be UL13, and it's going to be KX26 SVA. There we go. I'll get the rest of these done in a happy little jump cut. And finally we have UL22, better known to the DVLA as KX26 SVK. There's our first 10 of the 12 U12s that Stevenage are due to homogenise the fleet a bit more with U-tongs. Meanwhile, the kites are going to head over to Luton. Now, when I was redoing the livery for the kite, I made a mistake. It has the garage code for 2 waters on the roof, which makes absolutely no sense to me at all. I don't know how I did that. But yeah, the kites say 2 waters on the roof of TW, which is the garage in Hemel Hempstead, and that's wrong. Bruh. But yeah, these are the kites in the country scheme. I think they look absolutely gorgeous. Aren't these so good? And these are classics as far as like City Bus Manager modding goes. These are getting on a bit, but they look really good. So I'm going to get the rest of these liveried up, even though they have the wrong type code. Not type code, they have the wrong garage code. They do have the correct type code though, WKL rather than WK. You'll also be able to notice I changed what happens above the windows because of, you know, I do that. That's my thing. Because, you know, a long slim window line makes a bus look longer, which means it makes it look bigger. Bigger in the way that a bus would look good looking bigger, not just, you know, bigger for the sake of being bigger. But these are rather nice. The kite does present an interesting challenge for livery design because it's got such a wide curve into its roofline. It's like, where does it really start? You know, you could have the roof start down here, but then you could see this. You'll be able to see this massive, like, white rolling down the side of the bus, and that just is not going to be a good look at all. So the actual roof of the bus is very small. But there are the first kites liveried up with Capital Country, and they are rather old. They're 71 reg. I don't know how many 70, if there were any 70. I don't know if there were any 71 reg ones, but these are 71s. We have one that's due back basically any moment, and another that's due back a little bit before. Cool. So, the kites. Right. The 55, 56 and 150 I need to change the vehicle requirement for over to... actually, I'm going to change the 55 and 56 first, because they are rather busy. And the 150 at the moment doesn't have a preferred vehicle type, so it just gets whatever's going, which is usually an E10 actually. But if I can get the 55 and 56 switched over, then that'll be very good. And it appears that it doesn't actually have any kind of interworking, which is certainly interesting. I was not expecting that. I thought I would have made this interwork, because a lot of my Stevenage routes do interwork. That is all good. Confirm that. So, right. I guess it is time to send electrics over to, yeah, it's going to be time to send electrics over to, Luton. I'll get these sorted later. Actually, I'm just gonna slam it forward a bit at big speed, so that we can get the last two in, so that they can be sent off in a decent order. You have to have the game running to send a bus to paint shop. So yeah, what I've done with the windows is this up pattern that just doesn't really sit nicely. I've gotten rid of. And I've replaced it with my country branding. You know, my over the window branding. I still don't have a name for it. I think it's cantrail height on a train is what you would call that. But I don't know if there is an equivalent term for a bus. It's part of why I sort of switched from trains to buses as my sort of primary special interest, because I found out everything there was to know about trains almost. It was like, I need more. There we go. This is gorgeous. The kites are beautiful machines. And now I'm going to send it over to Luton. Off you go 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 to Luton. It is midnight. Love that for us, because it means the game has to do all sorts of calculations. And right, all depots. All depots. And just make sure that nothing's going on a kite, basically. I don't want kites, because the kites aren't going to be here. The kites are moving. There we go. Right, send you off to Luton. Send you off to Luton. And you. and you, and you, and finally you. There we go. They're all heading off to Luton. I'm sure they will have a wonderful time. I'm going to move these U12s, or not U12s, E10s. Why am I getting confused like that? That's weird. Yeah, I'm going to move the E10s and the street airs forward. And then I'm going to move the U12s forward. And then I'll bring you back with stuff in Luton. We're going to put in a new route from Luton. Right, so I found out that we are short on buses basically everywhere, which is not great at all. But we have our kites here at Luton. So let's rearrange them. Stop moving that one. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no. 7, 8, and then these two swap. There we go. We are now the correct way round for these kites at Luton. Which say 2 waters on the top, but ignore that. So yes, these kites are going to run the 61 town service between Luton Town Centre and Dunstable Town Centre via the old main road. Which, does it have a name? Does it have an interesting name, other than like Dunstable Road or something? No, it's called Dunstable Road. It's this one. You know, it's the road that goes to Dunstable. Funnily enough. Anywho, this is going to be main colour. No, it's not. It's going to be town colour. And it's going to be, once again, the 61 from Luton to Dunstable. 61 Luton to Dunstable. So, this is going to be a very short episode, so I'm going to keep you with for all of this. Let's go stand 6. No, let's not. Let's go stand 2. Because I want to come out this way, to go this way, through Luton Town Centre. Like that. Use roundabout, please. Just to serve as much of the town centre as humanly possible with the town route. Now, which one of you is the main road? Dunstable Road, which is this one. So I'm going to head up this way. And I will keep you with. Because, yeah, I said this was not going to be a long episode because I'm recording this very much last second. Don't be me. Record, if you do YouTube, record in good time. Don't do what I do. But anywho, we are now over halfway there. There really aren't many stops. There we go. Over there, and do I want to split off of the main road at all? No. Houghton Regis is over there, but that's going to be served by our first busway route. Which, yeah, we'll get to that. But in the meantime, we will terminate at Dunstable St Mary's Church. Or just Dunstable. Then we're going to start over there and run around the corner back to the church. And then we're going to head back the other way. Really not a long route, less than 7 miles each way. We do, however, need to make sure that we are not going stupid ways. There we go. Evelyn Road, Shelley Road, halfway Simpson Close, Shoreland Centre, more shops. This road is really busy in the real world. It takes so long to get down it on the old route, on the old bus route. If they even still have it. I remember using it and it took forever. Let's use Chapel Street and then we'll come up Flowers Way, Church Street. It's not happy with that. Oh no, we want Flowers Way, Church Street. Then we want to come around to Silver Street and terminate at Luton. I mean, it works. It takes just over an hour to go to do a return journey, which means we can run it every probably 15 minutes will suffice. So yeah, yeah, I will bring you back when we have a timetable to look at for the 61 between Luton and Dunstable. And the timetable is now in place for the 61 from Luton to Dunstable, running up to every 15 minutes during the week and every half hour on Sundays. Allocated the right GB Kite Electroliner, known to National Busways as the WKL or the WK group of vehicle types, in this case specifically the WKL type. So let's activate that from Luton now. It's already looking a lot more connected around here. It's going to look so good. You can see everything sort of splaying out of Luton and how it's sort of connecting into Hertfordshire down here. It's starting to look really good. Now Hemel Hempstead's starting to look a little bit barren, if anything. Hopefully we have drivers. We appear to have drivers, which is nice. So let's get everything assigned, and I'll start it manually just in case. We should have plenty, but let me check. First run becomes free at 12:05. Yeah, we have three spare. That's absolutely fine. And they go really nicely, really comfortably, but it's like they're not entirely swimming. Well, not all of them. Some of them are, some of them aren't. You see, that is very much not. Oh, that'll go. And that'll go. And then we're left with one that doesn't. That 1945. So we have two spares, which is very nice. And yeah, we have our ULs at Stevenage and now our WKLs ready to go at Luton. So I think I will bring you back when we have something to look at on the 61. And now it's time to join WKL 117 on the first ever run of the 61 from Luton to Dunstable. Scheduled to take 37 minutes. And, well, we have a kite. Aren't kites lovely? But, yeah, the kites, they carry the Two Waters depot code, which I did not intend. But, yes, Two Waters will be coming. Two Waters is is a village near Hemel Hempstead, and it's where Arriva have a garage in real life. It's also the site of an old London transport garage. So yes, we'll be having a garage there for Hemel Hempstead local services and regional services in that part of Hertfordshire. But enough about there. We have the 61 to look at, and it's very, very weird. It's not busy at all because it's before 5:30 on Saturday morning. Even on going towards Luton, it's pretty quiet. And to think I was thinking about making this a 24-hour route. I think I will make the main busway route 24-hour, which will be a sort of a 2-route circuit. You know, one goes one way, one goes the other, from Luton to Luton Airport to Houghton Regis and Dunstable. And that will be run with kites. The Luton Dunstable busway will be run. The regional services will either be, brace yourselves, Evoras or Eclipse 3s, depending on when I decide that they're going to be had. Because obviously Wright and Volvo stopped working together around 2019 or so. So if it's before then, it'll be Eclipse 3s. If it's after then, it'll be Evoras. If I go electric, it will almost certainly be GB Kites, because Luton garage is going to be a Volvo garage, but primarily they're going to be Wright bus garage. So, you know, they'd be open to stuff like the Evoras and stuff on the Volvo platforms they're familiar with, but they want the Wright bus bodywork. And it is getting a bit laggy as we head down in towards Luton. On the big main road. I am cutting this episode really fine. I'm stopping talking randomly because I need to yawn. But yeah, I'm recording this, cutting it really, really fine because I completely forgot. And then time got away from me. But that's Hemel Hempstead. There's our bus, just coming through Luton Town Centre now, finishing up its first ever return journey on the 61 from Luton to Dunstable and back. But of course, that's not all we've done today. We need to go over to Stevenage to see how these are getting on the 55 and 56. So this is KX26SVF on the 55 from Poplars towards Lister Hospital. We're not going to be doing a full run. We're just going to see how they cope, seeing as we're going through the town centre at this point. It's very busy. But it's not actually this bus that's busy, it's that E10 over there that's busy. Which is a shame. I would have thought more people would use the 55 and 56. But there we are. The 150 is currently being run by whatever's going, but of course the intent is that the 150 gets U12s. Wow, I'm really slow today. But let's return to the Luton garage and round things off there with, yeah, a few of our absolutely gorgeous, freshly repainted Wright GB Kite Electroliners. So, I think that's a good place to end it, and I will see you next week from Capital Country Busways. Bye-bye.